All right. Ugh. So again, we're talking about dilation. Dilation is like when they put the drops in your eyes and it makes it bigger. That way they can look in there, okay? So it still stays a circle. It goes from a tiny circle to a big circle. That way they can look in, okay? And that's what dilation is. So whenever we have a shape on a graph, we can dilate it. And yes, sir, we talked about scale factor also. So if you don't remember any of this, you should write this down. If you didn't write this yesterday. Scale factor. Okay, scale factor is always going to be the letter K. Okay? Oh man, I'm not even on the screen over here. There we go. Okay, so scale factor is always going to be the letter K. And I told you yesterday that if your scale factor is 1, it stays the same. Nothing happens. Stays the same. It stays the same exact shape. It's like not putting drops in your eyes. Okay? If your scale factor is more than 1, it grows. It grows. Okay? But remember, the shape stays exactly the same. It just gets bigger. Okay? Everything stays the same. It just stays bigger. Jacob. And then we have the scale factor is less than 1. That's when it shrinks or it reduces. Okay? So it shrinks in size. That's like the reverse of dilating your eyes at the doctor. It's like when you get home and then that's when your eyes start going back to normal. Okay? All right, so those are the 3 scale factors you're going to see. So the way you play with a scale factor on, say, this is all multiplication. Scale factor is always going to be a multiplier. Yesterday we did a very simple example where we had a line segment. Let's call it line segment AB. Yeah. All right, so we have line segment AB. Let's say this is 6 inches. If we had the scale factor of 1, the new line segment AB, which is not called AB anymore, now it's called A prime B prime. Remember, when it has those little marks, that's because it's the new shape. It's still going to be 6 inches. Okay, nothing changed. So if the scale factor is 1, nothing's going to change. It stays exactly the same. Okay? Just got to keep safe, man. Got to keep us all safe. Yeah. All right. So if we have the scale factor of, let's say, 2, well, our new shape, A prime, B prime, is going to double in size. So that's A, B, prime, prime. So it's going to measure 12 inches. Okay, because all we're taking is this and multiplying it times that. Okay, so that's a scale factor that's more than 1. So if it's like 3, well, you're going to multiply 6 times 3, and it's going to give you 18, and so forth. Okay? Now let's do a scale factor of less than 1. So let's say our scale factor is, I don't know, 1/2. So if it's half, then that means this is going to shrink. So our A prime B prime segment is going to be half as big. So that's A, B, prime, prime. So this is going to be 3 inches because we're going to multiply 6 times half to get us 3. So that's how scale factor works on just one line segment, okay? But ours is going to be a little bit more difficult than that. It's recording, don't worry. I'll send you the link so you can make me famous on YouTube. All right. What do you watch on YouTube? All right, so the thing we're going to do is we're going to do it on here, though. So the rules are the same, but it's a little bit different. Okay, so let's explain. So write this down. So on here we have x, y. We have coordinates. Okay. So every time we have coordinates, let's slide over. There we go. So when we have coordinates, we're going to apply the same rule. So we're going to take our x, y, and we're going to multiply the scale factor times the x and the scale factor times the y. So once we do that, let's scooch over. Come on, board. Hold on, technical difficulties, kids. There we go. So that's going to give us our new point. So x prime, y prime. Okay? So again, we're going to take the original. Okay? And to that, we're going to multiply by k. Let's just do this. Multiply, there we go, by k. So whatever your scale factor is, you're going to multiply it. Oh yeah, huh? There, let's just turn it like that. Okay, so we're going to multiply by k. Okay? And that is going to give you your new point. Or new coordinate. So again, we're taking our original, which is the xy. We're going to multiply each x and the y by the scale factor. So the k is going to be the same number. The x and y are going to be different. And that's going to give us our new point. It's that easy. Okay? So let's do 1. So here's the board. So let's say I have a coordinate right there. Okay? So that coordinate right there is 3 and up 2. So that's our coordinate right there. That's our original coordinate. See if I can fit it on both screens. There we go. Okay, so original, write it down like this, 3, 2. And let's say our scale factor is, let's say 3. Okay? So we're going to take our scale factor and multiply it by each one of these, 3 and 2. So I'm going to put 3 times 3 and 3 times 2. So all I'm doing is I'm applying my scale factor to the original point of 3, 2. So now 3 times 3, well, that's 9. And 3 times 2 is 6. So if this one was called A, this point, then the new one is going to be called A prime. And I'll even do it in different color. So it's going to be at 9 and 6. So over 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that right there is called A prime. So that's how we apply the scale factor to a coordinate. All we do is take our original coordinate, we multiply by the scale factor on both of them, so k times x and k times y. That gives us our new point, which is A prime, 9 and 6, and we graph it over here. All right, so now that's just using 1 point. So we've been doing nothing but easy stuff right now. So far we did a line segment, and then we did this, 1 coordinate. Okay, so what happens if you have a shape? So let's do this. So we'll do an easy shape. So let's say we have a triangle. And again, we'll stick to this scale factor, an easy one. Let's do 2. So I need names for each one of these points. So I have A, B, and C. And I'm going to write all my coordinates over here. So I'm going to put A is at 1 and 1. B is at 1 and up, what, 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 and 5. And then C is at 1, 2, 3, 4, and up 1. So 4 and 1. Okay, so my scale factor for this one is 2. Okay? So these are all my original points. Remember, to read a point, you always go left and right first. That's your x value. Then you go up and down. So right here, I go 1 and 1, over 1, up 1. B is over 1, up 5. And C is over 4, up 1. Okay, so now we're going to apply that scale factor to these coordinates so I can get a whole new set of coordinates. I need A prime, B prime, and C prime. And then we'll graph that one. So let's go ahead and apply it. Okay, so my scale factor is 2. Remember the rule is kx and times ky. Okay, so kx and ky. So my k is a 2. I might as well do it on all 3 of them. And now I'm going to put the original x's in these parentheses. So the x's are the first one, so 1, 1, and 4. 1, 1, and 4. Okay, so that's the modification to the x value only. So now we got to do the y. So again, we need 2's because k is 2. So 2, 2, and 2. And we're going to put some parentheses because that's where we're going to put our original y's. And we're going to go ahead and close those. And then we'll put our original y's, the 1, the 5, and the 1. So 1, 5, and 1. Okay, so all we're doing is we're multiplying all our x values times 2 and all our y values times 2. So now, this is going to give us what A prime is, B prime, and C prime. And again, it has to have the little mark. If it has the little mark, it's because it's the modified version. It's the new one. Okay? And let's go ahead and change their colors. Let's say they're pink now. Okay, so we just got to multiply. 2 times 1, 2. 2 times 1, 2. Now this one. 2 times 1, 2. 2 times 5, 10. 2 times 4, 8. And 2 times 1, 2. So now we have all 3 of our new coordinates. We have A prime, B prime, and C prime. Okay? So what do you think is going to happen with this triangle? Is it going to get bigger or smaller? Get your phone away. It's going to get bigger, okay, because it's twice as big. So let's graph these points then. So the first point is at 2 and 2. So I have to go over 2 and up 2. So right there. So that's A prime. Next point is 2 and 10. So I go over 2 and up 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Man, I'm right up on top. And that one's called B prime. And then C prime is at 8 and 2. So I go over 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And up 2. 1, 2. So right there. So that's C prime. So now we just connect the dots. Dun, 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 and dun, dun. And as you can see, the triangle is twice as big. Okay? All the segments, if we just go segment by segment, this one used to be 4 from A to B. Now it's 8. Down here, this used to be 3 at AC. And now it's 6. Okay, so one-dimensional, they just changed by multiplying by 2. Okay? When you start getting into area and volume, well, that's a little bit different. But that's how you use scale factor on a graph with each individual coordinate. All you do is multiply. That's it. If the scale factor was any other number, then that number would be right there in the pink. Right there, right there, right there, right there, right there. Okay? And then you graph all your points, and that's your new shape. But you have to remember to put the little marks because that means it's the new one. Okay? If I was to modify this one, the pink shape, the pink triangle, then I would put 2 little marks because it's the third one. All right, so that's dilation in a nutshell.